Okay, so I made that creamy base, and I used that little blender, and the air whipped into the base so much that it filled this up to almost the top. And I started with a butter knife a couple of times to see if I could get some of the air to leave. I don't know what the right word is. And it never went down. So I poured it out, and then I tried another way. Sorry, there's lots of things going on. This is my house, my life. So what I did is I added protein powder and that 0.6 part of milk to a measuring cup. This one, but I poured it in here because I want to make sure it was lump free. And I mixed it and I stirred it and kind of smashed out the lumps that were in my protein powder. And then I used this guy and did a little bit of blending. And it is, there might be a small lump in here, but it is lump free. And it is also air free. So I've got the rest of my milk. And I bet you could use the frother now, and I feel like it might be okay. Also, the first time I made this, I used the frother, and again, there were lumps. And I turned it and got creamy based stuff all over me and the counter and the floor and the cabinets. Okay, this is turning out a lot better by using this method. But for me personally, I'm not going to use the blender again because I had to throw it out because I don't know the quality of the ice cream, and it made too much to actually fit. It was well above the max fill line, and so I had to throw it out, and I just like it's a waste. So I'm gonna finish making this, and then I had a couple questions. I had somebody ask, "What's different than a blender?" And I didn't understand the question, but I think I understand it now. And that, like, maybe she's asking about years ago when the sisters had the, they would make their ice cream with, make sure I'm doing this right, I'm talking, making a mix and putting it in ice cube trays and then blending that in the blender. And if you like that, that is great and excellent for you, and you won't have to have an extra contraption in your kitchen. My husband does not like that at all. My husband does not think that that is ice cream in the slightest. And so for us, the Ninja Creami is a way. He loves Bluebell, and I've mentioned it before. We compromise, and every time Bluebell comes out with a new flavor, he can get it. But there's not a lot of ice cream that comes out in new flavors every year or season or throughout the year. And so he's always longingly looking at the Bluebell, which he just did yesterday. And this way, we're going to be able to have low-calorie, high-protein ice cream with the ingredients that are here, and that we know that what we're getting. I guess you know what you're getting when you read the labels. But anyway, another question that was brought up or mentioned on the page was, I meant to bring the Creami over here to show you. It's very powdery. So what I would say to that is, when I had the other Ninja, if that happened, you scrape down the sides. So you would take your Ninja base, scrape the sides, add a tablespoon or two of milk, put it back on there and hit respin. And then if it happens again, do it one more time, but it should not happen more than 3 times. The new Ninja, that is one I got, it didn't have, these are the only ingredients I added, exactly what you see here. And we had it last night. There was no respin. It came out creamy from the beginning. And it has some different functions. I sound like I'm a Ninja salesman. I don't even have an affiliate link on my blog post for this. So here I am selling Ninja. It is very expensive, but my husband found it on Shark Ninja or something, and that's why it's pink and green. Anyway, it has a setting for creamy fit. It has a setting, I think, for gelato. It has, this is in the instruction booklet. It has different settings that you would, I don't know, there's different settings. This one can make ice cream, soft serve ice cream, frozen yogurt, creamy fit, fruit whip, which I'm excited to try some of those soon, a milkshake, a sorbet, and add mix-ins. And it just has some different settings that the other one didn't have, but the other one worked fine for me. I don't know why he got me into the new one. I'm not going to complain. I gave the old one to my daughter. But I do like that this one has the creamy fit, and that we can make ice cream without, I have no idea what my thought was on that. It's going somewhere with it. Anyway, so if you make this and it ends up being powdery, make sure that you just do the, scrape down the edges, add a tablespoon or two, and then do respin. And also do it on creamy light, or ice cream light, or whatever it says on there. And if you use a blender and it doesn't cause too much air in there for you, great. But I had to, again, I poured out a decent amount, and then I was worried at the texture that the ice cream would become after I made it, because it was so airy. I felt like it would not be a good representation of the recipe, because it was whipped with air. I hope that makes sense. And then, so I will try to make this tomorrow. I will pull it out. I'm going to put it in my freezer. I'll pull it out tomorrow and make it live. I hope it turns out as good as it did last night. My daughter has, again, she made the yogurt one from the book. It was just 1.5 cups of plain, it says whole milk yogurt, a 1/4 cup of low-fat buttermilk, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, a 1/4 cup of sweetener, and any fruit you want. And it turned out, I think she made the soft serve as well. I can show you what anyway, if you can look it up, I guess. It just has extra features. I'm not a salesman for Ninja, I promise. I don't even have the link on my page. I just been trying to answer questions and share what I'm going to be doing with this, just because I feel like... Okay, I'm going to go now. My daughter left her phone here, and then my son-in-law was calling. So that's it. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask, and I hope I answered them. And thanks for watching. Bye.